caught some robbers. It ain't the same today, trying to find a different way. Lord knows we was running wild. Mama them told us pump our brakes. Took that chance to get my mind right. Long way, doctors in the tunnel. Father, I need life.
Alright, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Mashiach Wamalak Yahushua. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which the world calls God. And Yahushua is the name of His only begotten Son, which the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. Today's topic and today's lesson is for the Feast of Tabernacles, will be titled Being Comfortable with Being Uncomfortable. All throughout the Bible, our forefathers, especially amongst their pilgrimage, they was constantly on the move. Right? They wasn't just staying in one spot. They wasn't born with huge amounts of wealth, and a lot of them was poor. Right? A lot of them was on the go. They had to learn things as they go, and that applies to our life in this truth and in the life to come. Seeing Jacob's trouble is on the way, persecution, etc. And there's many different things you could take from our forefathers in the Old Testament during the Feast of Tabernacles and apply that to your life as well, because there's going to be ups and downs in your life, right? It's not going to be a straight line like we always say, hugs and kisses. Things is going to be flowing like a river sometimes, and things is going to be like tidal waves, up and down, and you have to know how to balance that out. If not, you could overthrow yourself, right? So let's kick it off with the book of Leviticus 23 and 37. Right, Leviticus 23 and 37.
The book of Leviticus chapter 23 and verse number 37. And it reads, these are the feasts of the Lord.
Start at verse 34.
Verse 34. Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord.
Right.
On the first day shall be an holy convocation, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
So again, this is another Feast of Tabernacles, right? As you see from last Feast of Tabernacles, there's certain people that's not here anymore, right? It's brothers that went back into the world. It's sisters that went back into the world. And it's certain people that died. They didn't get a chance to see another tabernacle. So you got to thank the Most High that He caught you worthy enough to be in His truth for another season, to take part in the harvest. And all of your fruits, you should be able to see from last year, dang, have I grown? Have I reaped some fruits? Have I bear fruits in this truth? Because the Feast of Tabernacles is spiritual. Read on.
Reading on, verse 36. 7 days shall ye offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh.
That's it on that. Let's go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 11. Right, let's go to the book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse number 9.
It's Hebrews chapter 11 and verse number 9. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise.
It says what?
By faith he sojourned in the land of promise.
Right, so it's talking about Abraham. Right, as our people know, our people know about Abraham. Right, Abraham was from Ur of the Chaldees, and he migrated all the way from Ur of the Chaldees in Mesopotamia all the way to what you have as the land of Canaan right now, right? And if you pull that up on a map geographically, that's not a easy walk. All right, yes, he had camels and etc., but it's not like how we have cars now, modern day, all right, or buses. So he had to take his camels, everything that he had, and he had to pick up and just go what the Most High told him to do. Let's go to Genesis chapter 12 and 1 real quick.
It's the book of Genesis chapter 12 and verse number 1. Now the Lord has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy father's kindred,
right,
and from thy father's house unto a land that I will shew thee.
Right.
And I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
Now, by a show of hands, how many people have doubted the Most High before? Just being honest. Right. All right. The Lord might tell you or show you something, and you kind of in your head like, I don't know about this. Right. What would you say your example of doubting the Lord was?
Man, when I was in the world, though, I'm not in the truth. When I was in the world,
getting jammed up, seeing things, that damn, we next. I didn't think the Lord had anything in store for me.
What about you?
When the time, well, even in the truth too, and also in the world, I ask for something to show me something. I still deny it. I don't think, that's what it is. Ask for something and then deny that, being in denial.
God.
Yeah.
And there's many different examples of you doubting the Lord. So the Most High told Abraham, hey, get thee up and go to this land. Just off that commandment, you might think you're here. Well, I don't know where I'm going. Why would I go somewhere where I don't know where I'm going? Right? How am I going to be there? Am I going to have that might be minor day. You might move to Texas. Am I going to have a job? Am I going to have a car? What am I going to do? But the Lord might say, hey, come to this place because he might have greater things in store for you. But if you doubt him, or if you don't listen, or if you say, I don't know about this not really comfortable, I never been here before, you could potentially miss out on the blessings that the Most High may have in store for you. And next thing you know, you stay in this place, you don't listen to the Most High, and he destroy your life. He take your job from you, right? You get evicted. Next thing you know, you back with your mother or your father, all because you didn't want to listen. So Abraham, he took that faith and said, you know what? I don't know where I'm going, but guess what? I'm gonna just trust in the Most High God. And that's why he was counted the friend of the Most High, because of his faith. So we gotta have the same faith, especially in uncomfortable situations. Right? Like we said, every situation in your life in the truth is not gonna be easy. Alright, let's go back to that in Hebrews 11:9.
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse number 9. By faith you sojourn in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob.
See that? So it says by faith he dwelt in a strange country. He didn't know that country. And when he went into Egypt, he was afraid that, guess what? They'll probably try to take my wife. Because he wasn't familiar. It's a lot of gods in that land he wasn't familiar with. A lot of rules that he didn't know. It says dwelling in tabernacles. So Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they dwelt in tabernacles. Something similar to what we dwelling in now. Only thing is, a tabernacle is forever. Right? Do anybody know what a tabernacle means or represents?
No.
You said what?
Like a booth, like a house.
Right. Well, what does it represent? What does it mean?
Like, what does it represent?
Yeah.
Like pilgrimage or something?
That's close to it. A tabernacle is not forever. It's something temporary. Right? It's a temporary dwelling place. So just like we have these bodies, which is our tabernacle, we're not going to have these bodies forever. These bodies are temporary until we get our glorified bodies, if we make it into the kingdom of heaven. If you do not make it into heaven, or let's say hypothetically you don't make it, or you don't be saved, you will be destroyed with the bodies that you have. But if you do make it, you will be beamed up, you will be saved, but you will be transformed into a new body like Christ had. When Christ died, his fleshly body perished. But when he was taken up into the cloud, when he was resurrected, he had his glorified body. So it's the same way with a tabernacle. A tabernacle is not forever. Abraham, he didn't dwell in a tabernacle for his whole life, or even a tabernacle of congregation. That wasn't forever. Eventually, the Most High had a house that was more established. Just like an apartment in the house, or your mom's house and your house that you have in the future. You only with your mom's house for a temporary amount of time. But as you learn things and increase, you might get a place of your own. So it's all representation of something better to come. So while you moving in these tabernacles, or whatever stage that you're at in this life, just know that it's not temporary. It's greater things that's in store if you have faith in the Most High through the, as they say, trust the process. Because it's a grind. It's certain things that you have to learn along the way before you get to the next level. You can't just level up, or dang, why I'm not at the position I want to be at. Well, maybe you got to sit back, be patient, and learn some things that God is trying to teach you. So when you do get to the next level, You know how to appreciate things more. Right? That's like Jake in the hood. He just want to get rich like that. But if you was to get him that money, he wouldn't know what to do with it. So he has to starve. Right? He has to know what it feels like to not eat. He has to know what it feels like to not have any clothing. So when he does get that money, now he's going to be able to appreciate it more. Or he might have to work for it. Because if you don't work for anything, you're not going to appreciate it. So that's what it's like with Isaac, Abraham, and Jacob. So you'll read that part again?
It says, by faith you sojourn in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise.
See that? And they all had the same promise. What you got?
You give me Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 12. And if a brother could, real fast, look up nomadic. Nomadic, Nomadic. Right? Do brothers and sisters know what Israel was known for prior to us going into the land of Israel? Like what we're known for among the nations?
We was a nomadic people.
Yeah, we was nomadic, right? A little more on that though. You right.
We ain't had no homeland.
We had no homeland, but we were sheep herders. We were cattle herders, and with herding cattle, you only got so much land for them to graze. Only got so much grass for them to graze, and once that grass is eaten up, what you gotta do?
Gotta move along.
You gotta move along, right? Did somebody find a definition of nomadic?
47 and 9. Right? Genesis chapter 47 and 9.
Genesis 47 and verse 9. And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, the days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years.
Are what?
Are 130 years.
So Jacob, he had a pilgrimage for 130 years, man. Hey, the life expectancy of man now is not even past 70. I have to look at the statistics again. But imagine for being a pilgrim, your life is constantly up and down. And you had Esau that tried to kill him. All right? His own brother. Right? He had to deal with madness, but a spirit between his wives. How many children one wanted. Right? It was a lot. He had to deal with Laban trying to rip him off. So that was for 130 years. And you got brothers that complain. They only been on the earth for 25 years. Down 30 years. Some 18. And they complaining. I want to go back to this stuff is too hard. Right? That shows you how weakened the society has gotten over time. When our forefathers didn't complain, there's really no account of Jacob in the scriptures complaining about the life that the Most High put him through. Right? That's why a lot of brothers, you just got a spirit on you. I'm going to just be honest. You wondering why you're not increasing, why you're not growing, why am I still stagnant? Well, you got to examine. Look what spirit you in. You in the spirit of comfortability, like the brother said. You want things to be smooth and easy. Maybe I'll read, next week. Had a long week today. Right? You saying that subconsciously in your head, but the angels is watching you. Right? And every time you quench your spirit, let's go to 1 Thessalonians 5. I believe that's 19. Right? Where the Lord said, quench not the spirit. Every time you quench your spirit, your fire is slowly being put out. Whether that's little or that's a lot. The longer you go with quenching your spirit, the more your fire is going to get put out. That's like a brother pulling me to the side and say, hey, you want to pray real quick? Now, I got two decisions. I could say, you know what? I just prayed. I don't feel like praying right now. Or I could say, Khan. It won't hurt to get an extra prayer in. That brother that says, you know what? I don't know about it. I just prayed. Little do he know. It might be something small, but he's quenching his spirit. Why? Because the Lord said, in all labor there is profit. That's Proverbs 14 and 23. It won't hurt to throw up an extra prayer. But that's just on a micro level. How much more for the things that God tells you to do? When the Lord puts you through certain things in life, right? Like a pilgrim, in certain situations, what you do in those situations, those are more greater and bigger steps, I could say, or weightier matters. Right? But you could bring that out.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and 19. Quench not the spirit.
What the Lord say?
Quench not the spirit.
Read that again.
Quench not the spirit.
So the Lord said, quench not the spirit. Any opportunity you have to boost your spirit, hey, do it, because you're going to need it. It's always going to be rainy days. Right, let's go to Sirach chapter, I believe that's 35 and 20. Right, Sirach chapter 35 and 20.
Sirach chapter 35 and verse number 20. Mercy is reasonable in the time of affliction.
Read that again.
Mercy is reasonable. It's like it's seasonable in time of affliction.
So you're going to always have afflictions. Is afflictions comfortable? No. Sometimes in those afflictions, stuff get real sticky. You're going to have to make real sticky situations and real decisions. So it says, mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction. Read on.
As clouds of rain in the time of drought.
See that? It's going to be times where it's going to be like a drought. It's going to feel like you're in a damn drought. Look at the life of Joseph. Right? Like we said, look at the life of Jacob. Right? Of Abraham. Right? Let's go to Psalms chapter 119. And I believe that's verse 45.
Psalm chapter 119 and verse number 45.
Start at 54.
Verse 54. Thy statutes have been my song in the house of my pilgrimage.
So David said, hey, your statutes, your laws, commandments have been my song in the house of my pilgrimage. So David, he had a pilgrimage. Wasn't David in the wilderness running for his life from Saul? Then he had to, Saul was trying to kill him. Saul was trying to catch him slipping, his own brother. Alright, then, David had certain situations he had to deal with Uriah the Hittite and, the adultery matter. Then he numbered Israel. So David, his heart was, that just show you a man that can have a perfect heart with the Most High can still go through troublous things. Can still have a life of a pilgrimage. So it don't matter who you are. Yahweh Shah, for example. Let's go to Matthew the 2nd chapter. Hey, Yahweh Shah was almost killed when he was born. Let's go to Matthew chapter 2 and start at verse 6.
Matthew chapter 2 and 6. And thou Bethlehem.
Actually, start at verse 2.
Verse 2. Matthew 2 and 2. Saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews?
It says what?
Where is he that was born king of the Jews?
So they looking for Yahweh Shah as soon as he's being born. That might have been you when you was born, because these spirits know who you are, right? When you was born, something could have happened. Somebody could say, you know what, I want to kill this. I don't even want this baby. A lot of brothers, they was about to be aborted, man. Right? Nah, we shouldn't even have this kid. Right? We not established, we not married. But guess what? Through the grace and mercy of the Lord, just being, not to be too explicit, but, the Most High put the spirit on your mother or your father to not have that abortion. Or to not take that plan B. Read on.
Reading on. For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he commanded of them where Christ should be born.
Right.
And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet.
So they was reading the scriptures to find out where Yahweh Shah was being born. So don't think Esau is not reading the precepts and certain prophecies. Don't think he's not watching the certain videos. Okay, in Jacob's trouble, I seen on that video, they said when all hell break loose, they're going to flee into the wilderness. Right, that's where we should go. You got to always be 2 steps ahead. Read on.
And thou Bethlehem in the land of Judah, are not the least among the princes of Judah? For out of thee shall come a governor, that shall rule my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared.
Now jump down to verse 13.
Verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt.
And do what?
And flee into Egypt.
Read on.
And be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him.
Right, so even Yahweh Shah didn't have a stable childhood. Right, he was born in Bethlehem, he fled to Egypt, and he grew up in Jerusalem. Right, that might be certain brothers. You might have been born in Chicago, you moved to the burbs, you grew up in the burbs, then you went to school in Mississippi somewhere, then you came back into the truth, right? Hey, Moses, he didn't come into his years until he was of age, 40 years old. So that shows you the journey. You don't want to, you got certain people, they upset with their parents because, why did you move when I was a kid, right? I loved my old house. Whole time, that person would have probably been the person that they are today if they haven't went through those experiences. That's where patience come in. So you don't want to be the brother to rush stuff. It's a lot of brothers, they rush stuff, and those brothers always get jammed up. And then they cry victim and say, well, why is this happening to me? Well, brother, you took a wife and you had a kid with her all in the same year, and you only 18. What do you expect? Right?
Against brother's counsel right there.
Yeah, a brother might tell you, look, you want to wait a little bit, get your finances in order first, and then you say, okay, con, right? But secretly in your head, you finna do the opposite and wondering why you jammed up, right? And those are the brothers that forsake counsel. Those are the brothers that always play victim, right? And they always complaining, but they never take accountability for the decisions. You're gonna make mistakes in life, right? That's for the sisters as well. You're gonna make mistakes, but you have to learn from those mistakes and not do those same mistakes again. But don't be the brother or sister to override counsel because you think you know it all. So read on.
Reading on, verse 14. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, out of Egypt have I called my son.
See that? So Yahushua, on the early stages of his life, he was a pilgrim. So even the Son of Man had to go through certain ups and downs. He wasn't in a comfortable state all the time. Yahushua had to adapt, right? Just like you might go into a new town, you might join a new congregation, right? You got to learn how to adapt. Things might not be what you might think it is at first. Like we said earlier, you might travel into a new city. You might get a new job. You might have a child. Things might change for you. You never had a child before. So now you have to adapt, right? You might get a husband, right? You might get a wife. So things is going to cause you to adapt. But in that time of adaptness, you can't fold under pressure. You still have to have faith in the Most High. You still have to trust in Him. And you still have to have a routine, a balanced routine of serving the Most High. Right, let me get one more precept. Sirach 2:1.
That's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse number 1. And it reads, my son, if thou come to serve the Most High, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Do what?
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
And all of our forefathers that dwelt in these tabernacles, and that was pilgrims, they prepared their soul for temptation. When you don't prepare, that's why preparation is so important. You have to prep. All right? You got certain brothers during the week, they got to work at 8 o'clock. They get up at down 7:50 for work. Say, man, why? They just, look, that's off. We just going to call it how it is. Camp start at 3. You got brothers, they just kind of getting up out of the... You had a brother like that. Camp started at 3. The brother was just getting up at down 2:40. Tell him I'm going to be a little late. Well, brother, you didn't prepare. All right, the lesson started at this time. At 10, now you kind of getting up. It's down 10:16, right? Kind of scratching your rubbing your eyes. That's not preparation. And if you can't be prepared for those smaller things, how much more for your life in this truth? Because if you don't prepare for temptation, guess what temptation is going to do? It's going to have its way with you. Satan's going to be like, yep, I got him just because he just didn't prepare. If you prepared, you will actually win. Like we say all the time, just getting up early, you win 50% of the day. That means the other 50%, all you got to do is put in action. So Satan, a lot of reason why Satan is overthrowing you just because you don't prepare. You don't look at potential temptations. Okay, dang. What about if this situation happened? How would I handle this? You just being hit in the face. You don't got no hair gear on, no mouthpiece. You just winging it. So you want to prepare yourself for temptation. You want to prepare yourself for any possible outcome that could happen in any situation. It's okay to think about things, right? It's okay to have counsel about things. It's okay to ask another brother, hey, what you think in this situation? Because you want to make the best decision for longevity, not for the moment. Read on.
Reading on. Verse 2. Set their heart aright and constantly endure.
What the Lord say?
And constantly endure.
Don't give up.
And constantly endure.
Read on.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
What it means by make not haste in the time of trouble, when things get uncomfortable and that fire start kicking up, don't make haste to run up out of there. Right? A lot of brothers try to run from it, or man, it's too hot. Alright, or they bugging out. No, the Lord say, hey, stay right there. Because what that's doing is that's building your character on a deeper level. That's building up your character. And you're being refined internally. But you got it.
I'm going to kind of let me back off of what he just said. Go to 2nd Esdras chapter 4, right? And I want you to start at verse number 36.
2nd Esdras chapter 4 and verse number 36.
Right? Start at verse 35.
And unto these, Uriel, the archangel, gave them answer, and said, even when the number of seasons is fulfilled in you.
You can start at 35.
It's like verse 35. Did not the souls of the righteous ask questions of these things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope of this fashion?
Right.
Then cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward.
He said, when cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? This that is going on in 2nd Esdras, the 4th chapter, is every single brother and sister when they conversing with the Most High and wondering why they not reaping the benefits of all of the righteousness that they've sowed, right? Of all of the good works, of all of the prayers. You're wondering why your prayers. When we was talking earlier, if any brothers ever had, lost faith in the Most High, roughly paraphrasing, like that happens. Brothers in their chambers just begging, when cometh the fruit of our reward? Now we understand this is going into the third heaven, right? But on a spiritual sense, right? This is also man upon the earth. You're constantly wondering, when am I going to finally get the blessings that I've been working for? You look at all of these unrighteous people, and they getting what you deserve, right? And you begging and you wondering and you asking the Most High, right, why am I not receiving these things? Right, read on.
Verse 36.
Right.
And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer, and said, even when the number of seeds is fulfilled in you.
He said, even when the number of seeds is fulfilled in you. Meaning what? We constantly look at growth and all of the things that we feel like we sow in, but we'll start to get increase in the things that we sow in when the Most High gets increase in the seeds that He's sown in you. Right? So many brothers got talents that they let go to waste. Brothers got gift. If I could tell you how many brothers just had so much potential and just been wasting it, known brothers for years, just wasted potential, sitting on gifts and talents, don't want to do nothing with it. They just want to be a 9-to-5 whole post, read every couple of camps, and that's it. Right? The Most High isn't giving you what you've asked for because you haven't given Him what He's asked for. He knew you from the womb. He asked for certain things of the womb. You just started being righteous a couple years ago. Right? And you want all of these blessings. You want all of this increase. When are you going to stop doing what the Lord been telling you to stop doing for the last damn 10 to 15 years? Right? Are you going to stop being plagued and losing to the demons that you know you're not supposed to be losing to? Right? And we ask of the Most High for all of this increase, but He ain't seen no change in the manner of man that you are. Yeah, you might be like, I read more chapters now. Not reading chapters ain't the demon that you battle. It's a lust demon that you lose to. Right? It's a weed demon that you lose to. It's a self-control demon that you lose to. You increase in all of the areas that the Most High not putting you in position to increase in. Right? He's troubling you with the same spirits because He knows your weakness. And the only way for you to overcome that weakness is to battle it head on. Not to continue to lose to it. Just like Paul said, I believe that's 2 Corinthians 12 and 7, or 1 Corinthians 12 and 7, right? When he's talking about when I am weak, I am strong, right? But when you weak, you weak. You fall to it. You don't show the strength of Hamashiach Yahushua within your bones, man. Right? You show the strength of your parents, right? Because they gave to their lust. That's why you here. Right? You show the strength of whoever it is that molded you into the person that you are today. Right? Read on.
Reading on, verse 36.
Right.
For he hath weighed the world in the balance.
Right.
By measure hath he measured the times.
Right.
And by numbering hath he numbered the times.
Right.
And he doth not move nor stir them.
The reason why you constantly going through the same thing is because the Most High not changing his agenda for you. You got to change your agenda for the Most High. It says he doth not move nor stir them. Meaning that the Most High not going to change up his program. You're going through the same thing because he's not changing it up. You got to beat it. You got to battle it. You got to overcome that demon to the point to where it's nothing, but you're so comfortable with that demon. Right? That's like when they talk about in the scriptures, they talk about a familiar spirit. That's kind of on the left-hand side. That's kind of what it's going into a little bit spiritually. Right? This is a spirit that you're comfortable with. It don't take much to get comfortable with this spirit, to fall into it because you know it so well. Right? And the Most High is not going to move or stir them because he's measured the times. He knows, man, in order to build the kingdom of heaven with you, this is what I need from you. I'm not expecting less from you. I'm not about to shorten it up, but I'm still going to give you one of the 12 seats sitting on next to Yahushua. That's not about to happen. He going to find another man that ain't got no problem growing those seeds that he planted within him. Right, read on?
Reading on. It says, and he doth not move nor stir them.
Right.
Until the said measure be fulfilled.
Read on.
Then answered I and said, O Yahweh.
Drop down to verse 40.
Verse 40.
Right.
So he answered me and said, Go thy way to a woman with child, and ask of her when she hath fulfilled her 9 months, and her womb may keep birth any longer within it.
So brothers done read this a million times, right? Ezra had asked the angel, the angel had asked Ezra, like, go to a woman that has held this child for 9 months for the full term and ask her if she can continue to hold this baby. What this woman gonna say?
Then said I.
Lucky, hold on. What she gonna say?
Yeah,
She gonna say, no, I can't what? I can't take it anymore. Right? And then he said, what?
Then said I.
Right?
Slucky. Then said I, No, Lord.
Right?
That she cannot.
Just like brother said, she can be like, I can't take this anymore. Do you know who that woman represents?
Israel.
Not just Israel, because you know when we say Israel, we be like, oh yeah, they wicked. We wicked. Nah, nigga, you wicked. But you gotta call yourself out sometimes, man. I'm evil. Right? When I fall short, I fall hard. Right? When I mess up hard. Not just downing yourself, but sometimes you gotta be realistic. Right? Yeah, you want to be optimistic, you want to be positive, but you gotta be realistic sometimes. Like, man, I've been tweaking with this same demon for how long? Right? Brothers know. Right? He said, then said I know, Lord. Right? Read on.
Then said I, No, Lord.
Right?
That she cannot.
Right?
And he said unto me, In the grave, the chambers of souls are like the womb of a woman.
So we understand that this is talking about the chamber of souls in the third heaven. But think of it on earth. Right? The chamber of souls will be what? You. You will be the chamber. Right? Your travail. Right? It says it's like the womb of the grave. It says in the grave the chamber of souls are like the womb of a woman. Imagine a grave, your low place, when you can't take it anymore. You feel like you can't take it anymore. And what do men usually do when they feel like they can't take it anymore?
They rely on something else.
You said what?
They rely on something else.
They rely on something else. Right? Read on.
Reading on, verse 42. But like as a woman that travaileth,
Right?
maketh haste
Maketh
to
what?
Maketh
Maketh
haste.
Read it again.
Maketh haste
To do what?
to escape the necessity of the travail.
It says that a woman that's pregnant, right, maketh haste to escape the necessity of the travail. The same way when you in your low estate, you make haste to escape the necessity of the travail. Now that it's a key word in there, right? What's the key word in there?
Escape.
No.
Necessity, man.
It says what?
Necessity.
Read it again.
Necessity.
It says necessity. There is a tribulation and a trial that is absolutely necessary to your development in the truth, to your development in building up the kingdom of heaven. There is something that the Most High is going to put you through that in order for the kingdom of heaven to come, you have to overcome. You have to beat it. You have to be stronger than it. Because this tribulation is absolutely necessary, right? But you make haste to escape it. You don't battle your demons, right? Israel has become so weak that we don't practice battling our demons, right? We have battled the righteous thing. You ever take a sister, man, right? Or even some brothers. They had never come to you. I'm trying to think of something. What is the something that they say? They had never, like, if a sister come to you asking, oh, my husband said he don't want me to believe in the truth no more, right? What should I do? They had come to you about something like that, but what won't they come to you about?
They demons.
Huh?
They demons that they battle.
Not just they demons. A sister is not gonna come to you about if her husband wants another wife.
Right.
Because they make haste to escape the necessity of the travail. Meaning that when the truth gets hard, when a husband say, oh, I don't want you to follow in the truth no more, what do the sisters want to do? They don't want to follow the truth no more.
Right.
Because the truth is hard. Because there's a travail that's necessary that they feel like they're not strong enough to overcome. But let him come and say something about, oh, I want another wife. She ain't going to come to you for counsel on that. She already know. She knows when to be bold. Right? The same way you know when to be bold. But because you too afraid of the travail that comes with the necessity of the truth, you fall weak. Right? But it says in your lowest state, your low place is like the womb of a woman. Meaning that when you can't take it anymore, you have to give birth to the spirit of Yahushua. You have to give birth to the man that the Lord and the seeds that the Lord put within you. Right? Read on.
Reading on. Even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them.
Because the Most High wants you to come up out of that jam too. We're tired of testing you with the same thing. Most High, you don't think the Most High get tired of testing you with lust? I'm just saying lust because that'd be the main. It's always lust, money, and probably weed that brothers be dealing with. Slothfulness. It'd be the same four demons. Most brothers always deal with the same four demons. Right? Especially laboring brothers. It's only select demons they can hit you with. You're not going to be gay. So you're not finna hit you with a gay demon. I got to hit you with slothfulness. Or something I know you're going to fall to. Right? But give me Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. So the Most High is making you uncomfortable. He's putting you in these lower states. He's putting you in these graves and likening it unto the womb of a woman, because he understands the beauty that you can give birth to. Right? There's a beauty that comes with the birth of a woman's pain when she's given. I'm trying to figure out how to word it, but brothers understand what I mean. Right? There's a beauty that comes with the pain of giving birth. Right? The same way there's a beauty that comes with overcoming your travail. You just have to be strong enough to give birth to that baby, man. Right? Read that in Micah 2 and 10.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 2 verse 10.
Right?
Arise ye and
What
depart.
did the Lord say?
Arise ye and depart.
Right? The Most High said to arise and depart. Why?
For this is not your rest.
You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to get comfortable here. Right? Real fast, I think I want Proverbs 25 and 4. This is my last piece. I'm going to hand it back over to you. Right? Well, I really got two, but I'll let you have it after this. Right? The Most High don't want you to get comfortable here. He don't want you to get comfortable in Egypt. He don't want you to get comfortable in Africa. He don't want you to get comfortable in the hood or any of the places that he put you in. Your damn 9 to 5, Walmart. I don't know where brothers work. Brothers doing good now. Corporate jobs. I be seeing brothers in ties on Instagram. Right? But the Most High is not putting you in these places. The reason why he making your boss jam you up, because he don't want you to be there. You ever notice how stuff don't go wrong when it's going wrong, when everything bad? Stuff go wrong when everything going right.
Yeah.
When your car break down. Your car break down when you up. When you got some cheddar in your pocket, that's when your car want to break down, man.
Facts.
Because the Most High don't, he's not going to beat you to powder when you're just in your lowest state. But anytime you start getting too comfortable, you take your foot off the gas, you're like, nah, man, I need him. I want him. This is a good brother. He got talents. He got gifts. This is a brother who came with his oil already trimmed. Right? Read that real fast.
Proverbs 25 and verse 4.
Right?
Bring it out.
Take away the dross from the silver.
It says what?
Take away the dross from the silver.
Brothers know how you take away dross from silver? Our brothers know what dross is?
Yeah.
I looked it up.
It's like when you burning metal, just all of the impurities that settles at the top.
Yes, it's the fillers. So you know how you got 24 karat gold, 10 karat gold? That's because it got dross in it, right? The more dross, the less valuable it's going to be. But the less dross, the more valuable it's going to be. And the only way for you to get that dross up out of that precious metal is to do what?
Burn it.
To burn it. To put it through the fire. And that's why the Most High is putting brothers through the fire, because the Most High recognizes the gold that's within you. He just needs you to recognize it, man. So he put you through trials, tribulations, make you uncomfortable. You know, Matic on the earth, you guys know?
Yeah. Is that that's kind of like the way how the Lord flood the earth, and now he's gonna destroy America with fire, like he's purging it.
Khan. Yeah, you could say it's symbolic.
Yeah.
Purging the earth. Fire, fire historically was used to purge a lot of things, right? When you read in 2 Kings, the 23rd chapter, right, when they wanted to get rid of the altars to the graven images, they would burn them. And they would defile them. They would burn dead bodies on them,
Dang.
right? Defiling they altars, right? But in order for you to get these precious metals, the Most High got to put you through the fire. Meaning that He's trying to make you perfect. That's why in Matthew 5:48, He said, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect." But being perfect doesn't look like what it looks like to you. Being perfect is going through hell and sustaining. Being perfect isn't having all of the riches and all of your prayers answered when you want them answered. But it looks like even when they not answered, you still got faith in the Most High. You still pushing, you still enduring, you a battler. Imagine being a brother that the Most High can brag on, man. It ain't too many men out here. You read the whole Bible, it's only like what? Maybe 20 men he could brag on in the Bible. You got your Davids, you got your Josiahs, you can't even brag on Solomon. And he was the wisest man on the whole earth. You got Yahushua, right? Imagine being a brother in the kingdom of heaven that that Yahushua can brag on. Like that's a mighty brother right there, man. Pouring you up a drink. Imagine Yahushua pouring you up some fine wine, man. Right? I'm still struggling trying to get Tazima to pour me a drink, man. Right? Imagine Yahushua pouring you a drink. It's like I got one more priest. Is there more on that?
Well, actually, it is. It
Yeah.
says, "Take away the dross from the silver,
Right?
and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer."
It says there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. So when you overcome these demons, when you overcome these tribulations and trials, you're just becoming more and more perfect. And brothers, you never see it when you the brother going through it, when you the brother that come out on the other side. But the brothers around you see it like, man, that brother is different. Brother glowing, brother shining. I'm pretty sure one time I seen Zod damn floating. Right? Because brothers be overcoming, man.
Right.
Right, you got precept?
Khan, you go ahead though.
Come, give me Zechariah chapter 5, right, and start at verse number 9. Right? So America, your lives, right, your families, your hobbies, it's not the place for us to be getting complacent, for us to be getting comfortable, because your family gonna want, and these is the brothers out here right now, right? Your family gonna want to become comfortable. Your rib naturally gonna want to become comfortable. Your children gonna want to become comfortable, right? But it's up to you to be that driving force, not only for yourself, but for them, right? You got to be the brother that get them up out of here, man. Imagine you make it to the wilderness and you looking around, your rib not there. Or your rib make it to the wilderness, she looking around and you not there, right? All she got is damn your hand that didn't get sizzled up because she was holding on to it when Yahushua dropped the nukes, right? You want to be the brother that's worthy of getting out of here and making sure your family is worthy of getting out of here, right? Because it's like the Most High out of Egypt, he took everybody. He's not doing that again. Start at verse 12.
1 Samuel chapter 24 and verse number 12.
Right.
Bring it out.
"The Lord judge between me and thee,
Right.
and Yahweh avenge me of thee. But my hand shall not be upon thee.
Right.
As saith the proverb of the ancients, wickedness proceedeth from the wicked, but my hand shall not be upon thee.
Right.
After whom is the king of Israel come out? After whom dost thou pursue? After a dead dog? After a flea? The Lord therefore be judge, and judge between me and thee.
Drop down to verse 20,
Verse number 20.
right?
And now behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king.
So this is now, so at first it was David talking to Saul, but now this is Saul talking to David. He said what?
And now
He said
behold,
what?
and now,
He said, and now. I mean, that Saul just now Saul's biggest problem, and this is something that a brother told me, right? Saul's biggest problem was that when he knew the Lord was departing from him, he kept acting like he wasn't. Instead of just getting it together, Saul kept doubling down, right? And Saul kept being leader over the people, improperly leading the people when that was no longer his place. And he was faking it to the people, convincing everybody that the Lord was still with him when the Lord had departed. And then it says what? Read it, verse 20 again.
and now,
This is when Saul finally realized it. Right, read on.
behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel
Right?
shall be established in thine hand.
This is how you gonna know that the Lord's spirit is departing from you. Your replacement gonna tell you. The Lord is gonna raise up a brother that's who you were supposed to be. And now you gonna have to answer to him. And that's how you gonna now know, yeah, the Lord wasn't with me. I was messing up too much. That's how you gonna know. You know, as brothers always ask, how do I know if the spirit of the Lord is departing from me? Caleb gonna tell you. When he your captain and you a prospect again. Right? But that's all I got on that.
Okay, let's go to Lamentations, chapter 3 and 40.
Lamentations chapter 3 and verse number 40. Let us search and try our ways and turn again to Yahweh. Let us lift up our heart with our hands unto God in the heavens. We have transgressed and have rebelled.
Read that again from the top. Lamentations 3 and 40.
Verse 40. Let us search and try our ways.
What the Lord say?
Let us search and try our ways.
What we got to do on this journey?
Let us search and try our ways.
So on this pilgrimage again to your destination, which is the kingdom, you got to search and try your ways. Like the brother said earlier, a lot of the battles you're going to have to face is internally. There's a lot of people in this world, especially in the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, we don't want to face our internal battles, whether that's childhood trauma, whether that's insecurities, our own personal demons. You have to be able to face those, both that within yourself, instead of try to blame somebody else. Well, a lot of people would just try to get a companion to cope with it. All right, and you can't. That's not gonna work because you're not healed internally. So you gotta see your demons. You gotta examine yourself. You gotta work on your spirit, so you can be able to inherit what the Most High truly has in store for you. And that might take work. It might take 10 years. It might take 15 years to fully heal yourself. 20 years. For some people, it might take 7 years. But if you start now, that's why we teach men certain things. You got a lot of people saying, y'all don't teach, y'all don't do nothing for the community. Y'all only just yell at people and say they're going to be destroyed. No, we teach men how to have sexual discipline, right? How to be disciplined, how to serve the Most High, how to be better fathers, better husbands. We teach sisters how to be virtuous. We teach them the same thing. You got something?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of just land me back on that real quick. Brothers, make sure y'all use the brothers that surround y'all too, man. I know sometimes brothers be having a lot going on or they struggling from something. Brothers be too embarrassed to say something to somebody else because they think that, you know, they gonna condemn me. But every brother here done been in your shoes. We done struggle with you done struggle with. And some brothers done beat it. You got brothers like, and I was telling a brother this in Milwaukee, you got brothers like Yasha Paul and Elder Ray, right? They not going through what you going through because they faced that already. They done beat it. They riding smooth. They ain't dealing with the lust how you dealing with the lust. Like, they done been a damn horny 20-year-old, roughly paraphrasing. Right? They ain't there no more. They got it together, man. I gotta use them brothers, man.
Right.
Cause you ain't got no elders in the world that can instruct you how they can instruct you. So you gotta use, not just them, you got brothers like Tazma. Y'all gotta use the brothers that's around. Don't get it in your head to where it's like, you know, I'm afraid of the judgment that's gonna come from people. I done had brothers tell me that. I don't want to tell leadership because I'm afraid. I know what they gonna say. It's like, bro, you making something up. Like, he never confessed it, but you're not going to tell me Naquam has never dealt with lust. Or Amos ain't never dealt with lust. Or Araya. Or the weed demon. Right? And brothers will tell you. Right? But you make something up in your head like, oh, well, this is going to be their reaction. Well, that's not going to be their reaction at all. You counseling, you trusting in the counsel of your own heart. Right? But you got it, slug.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you talk to certain brothers. I've talked to certain brothers, certain elders that, you know, they'll tell you some stuff. Right? But it's all for the better. Right? Or you got a certain brother, well, that brother ain't been what I've been through. He don't know. He not in my shoes. Brother, you not the, somebody went through what you went through 2,000 years ago. You're not the first. You're not special. Right? You're not that in the bag of chips. Yeah, man, they ain't gonna be in my, Job never been in my shoes. You got brothers that think that say that. No, for real. You got brothers that pridefully create them assumptions in their head. Alright? And that got that just hold it in spirit. You're just holding everything in. That's weak, especially as a man. As a man, you have to be able to communicate your emotions effectively. Alright? And you having that holding in spirit, then when you finally get ticked off, you...
That's a child.
That's, you like a kid, man.
Right.
Alright? So go to Revelation 3 and 2. So yeah, you have to, battle. Everybody has different things they battle with internally, but you have to be able to fix that first. So read that.
It's Revelation chapter 3 and verse 2. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain.
And do what?
And strengthen the things which remain.
Another thing on this journey, like the brother said, you don't want to strengthen things that's already strong. If you have a strong core, why are you doing core workouts? Your legs is like sticks, right? You only got a nice shoulders, and you got a nice core, but you still doing core and shoulders. You got to work on your legs. Maybe you need to work on your balance, right? Maybe you need to work on your forearms to get your forearms right. Why are you working on stuff that's strong? That's like a brother. He's strong in arms. Right, his arms is up there. He always want to increase. Let's keep doing arms, but you got an anger spirit, and you are lying in your house. All right, and you tell your rib to shut up, for stuff get out of hand quickly. That's off. All right, or you a brother. You good with taking care of your finances. You keep trying to increase in finances, but you got a lust demon on you. All right. You on OnlyFans subscriptions.
That's bad mix.
So you don't want to strengthen. You don't want to strengthen stuff that you already strong in. You want to be all around strength. Maybe you need to work on your character. You need to work on your churlish, right? Maybe you need to work on your anger, your covetousness, the slothfulness you have. So that's what it means by strengthening things that remain, that are ready to die. Read on.
For I have not found thy works perfect before Yahweh.
Read that again.
For I have not found thy works perfect before Yahweh.
And your works are never found perfect before Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Komalak Yahushua. So again, the topic of this cold cut is, WF5 Tabernacle Edition, right? You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? This is the beginning, start of the journey. It's a lot of more, this is the beginning of sorrows, like the Lord said. It's a lot of things to reveal and take place in your life. You got to buckle up and sit down. A lot of brothers, they trying to ride with the seatbelt off. No, sit down, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. Do brothers have any questions, comments, and concerns before we wrap up? Going once or twice? Kind of with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Komalak Yahushua. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Enjoy the Feast of Tabernacles that the Most High has given us again for another year. Again, all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Kwam Yashalom.
Kwam Yashalom.
Kwam Yashalom.
Kwam Yashalom.
Kwam Yashalom.
Kwam Yashalom.